Hey Nerdsomniacs, Kenneth here again. This is going to be a big one, so today we have a commission work for the board game Rising 5, designed by Gary Kim and Evan Song. So the main job was to paint the 5 miniatures and the sun token from the game. To paint these miniatures, I referenced the game cards which were provided, and there was some problem. So on the painting, the sun token was first, and it was the easiest: steel, black and yellow, and it was done. Hal, the robot dude, was this first character. I didn't really have much difficulty with him other than the fact that white and yellow don't go very well on black. I went with bone white instead of pure white because pure white looks very artificial when painted. It took me 3 coats of each color to reach a point where I was happy, and kinda by then the paint generally kicked up on me and I wasn't happy with the results. The lower half was easy with steel accented with bronze. I did paneling and eyes off camera and lost some footage with the final details. And I didn't do much shading because I wanted him to be bright. Nova was next. The black primer helped with her jacket, but I was kind of thrown off with the color of her dress. It took some research to figure out what it was, but the reference available didn't really help. The pink on the tips of her face worked with some wet blending, and the rest of her was pretty easy. One thing I did realize that was she and a few other characters held stones, and I couldn't really reference that, so I did contrasting color red for her stone. It was just my artist's choice. Ellie was next. I had the same problem with Hal, which were her white clothes. It took 3 coats to get it done, and then some patchwork after to seal it properly. Adding the blues on top of the white was easy, although she was a head smaller than the other miniatures and she was kneeling, so she was the smallest miniature to work with. Her paint accents were her pants and her pouches. They were done in bronze, and her head was done in blonde. If you see the reference photo, her hair looks pink. That threw me off a bit. And then she had a stone, which I decided yellow was a good color for, matching her hair. Echo was next. Here's the thing, I'm not really sure why, but he had the most detail of all the miniatures. The miniatures were not developed evenly, honestly. It seemed like Echo was the first character that was created, and a lot of effort was made to design him. He was harder to paint with all the small details, not to mention the stone, as the other characters that I had to find a color for. I settled for a contrasting blue for the stone because it opposed his orange jacket. Kinda went back and forth on his left shoulder pad because it looked like a shadow in the card, but from other references it was actually brown. The back of his shirt had no references, so I had difficulty figuring out where the color separation was, but I worked it out in the end. The accent on his collars were painted in gold, and that ended up nice. Also, he was the only character that had a rock to stand on. Another weird design choice by the developers. And Oracle was last, O-R-A-K-L, sure. He was the one that I actually had the hardest time working on color coordination. First of all, his skin was brown, his coat was brown, his skirt was brown, his staff was brown, and his shoes were brown. When you create characters, it is ridiculous not to take color design into consideration. I had to work 6 different colors of brown for him to make him work properly. Okay, I had to blend reds and yellows to make terracotta. I had to make beige, I had to make deep browns just to work the colors properly. His staff was different. I wet blended his staff from gold to brown, but that didn't show, so I painted the tips yellow as per the reference card. If you look, it blends down from yellow to gold all the way to brown at the base of the staff. His coat in the photo was a galaxy kind of thing, but heck, I wasn't gonna go into so much detail, so I just went ahead with brown and then the purple in the front of his coat. And then he also had a stone which I painted white as per the reference card. Then I finished with top coating for all the miniatures after I shaded them. All in all, these characters were actually very fun to paint, and the plastics were good to hold primer. They came out matte and they came out clean. The only problems I had was that they were all in different sizes. They all had different bases, and they all had stones which were not in the artwork at all. So thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this. Remember to like and subscribe, and I'll catch you on the next one.